Hello, and welcome to this Pharos Cloud tutorial. Today we'll be covering how to set up unused tasks. Tasks are a collection of actions that can run on multiple devices in a site. Unlike standard Pharos triggers, tasks do not require devices to be in the same project file for them to operate together, though any devices that do belong in the same project file will continue to share triggers as they usually would. Tasks can be run as a standalone item or be used in the control panel and scheduling. See other videos in this series on how to assign tasks in these areas. Start by clicking to create a new task and give it a name and optional description. These can be edited in line after they have been created. Now expand the task and click to add an action. Select which device you'd like to perform an action. Cloud will then query the device type to see what actions can be run on that device. All Pharos devices currently support the same actions, but hardware-specific actions may be added in the future. Once an action is selected, give it a name and then adjust any parameters that are required. In this triggers action, add in trigger numbers that are to be fired into the trigger IDs field. Multiple trigger IDs can be added, separated with commas, or you can use a hyphen to create a range, like so. If the device doesn't have a trigger ID that matches the IDs specified here, the device will simply ignore it and carry on with other IDs. Alternatively, the select trigger action can be used. This populates a drop-down box where trigger numbers, names, and types are shown, and can be clicked to be added to the action. Remove a trigger by clicking the X in its cell. Multiple actions can be added to each task. Click Add Action to add more. As well as trigger actions, there is also a whole suite of actions to allow direct device control. This includes timeline control, intensity adjustment, and RGB overrides. Note that if a user has permissions to edit and execute tasks, then they have the ability to run any action on the device, regardless of any device-specific permissions beyond view. Actions can be edited in line. Expand out the action to edit, make changes, and click the checkbox when complete. Some complex actions have limited editing capabilities. In these cases, a new action may be required. To remove an action, click the Delete button. Any deletions are final and cannot be undone. Run a task by selecting it in the table and clicking Run in the menu bar. When a task is run, Cloud tells all the online devices what actions they need to run. Connection quality affects the latency between each device running its actions, so tasks should not be used where precise timing between devices in separate project files is required. Devices in the same project file will continue to be in sync as usual. Tasks can also be run by a controller using the Run Remote Site Task action in Pharos Designer. Simply add the action to a trigger, and while you're logged into your cloud site, select a task from the drop-down box. Users who have the task view permissions will be able to add these tasks in Pharos Designer. No other permissions are required for the task to be run by the device using this action. That's how to set up and execute tasks. Please see other videos in this series for more information about the features of Pharos Cloud, or if you have any other questions then please feel free to contact cloud@pharoscontrols.com.